How's everyone doing?
Good.
Thomas was telling me. So I just, yeah, I say.
You want to add that act?
You can change the name.
Yeah, I was seeing.
I can fix that up for you if you like.
Well, yeah, I saw it underneath my name, but I didn't know as far as it looks like.
You have to
So yeah, I see. So there's Giant Slayer under the item, and I'll just drag that to my sheet.
Yeah. From the compendium, you have to do that.
Okay. All right.
And I'm not sure if it's in the compendium. It is.
Well, it says Giant Slayer. It just says any axe or sword.
From the compendium?
Yeah, but it doesn't have like axe, like Giant Slayer axe.
Let me see if I can get that for you. Well, what you could do, which would be a lot easier, is just I'll just go on your sheet. Just change the great axe that you have to Giant Slayer, and then you can make it a +1. So I'll add a +1 damage, +1 attack roll, and then I'll put in a description for the giant.
Okay, for the 2d6 and the prone. Yeah, okay.
And then you can give that a whack, see if that'll work. Alright, so yeah, I forgot to start the live stream, so I wasn't streaming any of that. So if anyone asks,
that would have been a good one.
You guys just absolutely obliterated all of the Hand of Yatar. if they had attacked you, they'd be dead. That's what you can tell everyone. Alright, that's another quest down. Why is Intro over there? She should be at Everlun. So, you guys have completed, that was Urgula's quest. First, you traveled to Morven Hall, and then to Yatar to follow up. Now you're in possession of the axe, and the Hand of Yatar have done a bit of cleaning up for you guys. It's probably not a bad idea to leave Yatar as well.
Yeah.
So the question is, where would you like to go now?
Goldenfield.
Thomas?
Goldenfield.
Just
do you
do
have
it.
any suggestions, Thomas? Or are you are those still sneezing from those feathers?
We're going.
Yeah,
we're going to Goldfield.
Yay! We can teleport to the water deep. It'd be as close as anything.
We're gonna, let's do that. We need to get this done.
Probably a well-kept road near Waterdeep.
You guys want to teleport to Waterdeep?
Mm-hmm.
Very well.
We sure do.
Oh, Thomas is so happy.
Okay, you guys head back to that abandoned manor / temple and head back through the illusory vine curtain, and you go and meet with the mage once again, and he sort of asks you guys where you want to go. You tell him Waterdeep, and you stand on the teleportation circle as he begins casting teleportation circle. A minute later, the same thing happens, but you're all sheathed in this blinding light. And when your vision returns, you find yourself in a similar looking circle in Waterdeep. You're in a very dark, small stone room. And as you guys appear, the room is like 30 by 10 feet wide. It is cramped. The place smells dusty, and the place smells like death. Not only is there the other Harper Mage, which is a female Ondathian human, she has this wooden and iron amulet around her neck, and she's standing next to a large construct made of wood and steel. And when you guys arrive, she greets you all. This is the next morning, by the way. Oh. Harpers? She says. And the construct that she's with is a shield guardian. Do you show her the pin?
Yeah.
Alright. That's the shield guardian with her there. She sort of nods. Ah. Very well. Welcome to Waterdeep. My name is Thestral Meladrin. This is my shield guardian. Don't worry, it won't do anything unless I tell it to. It will bring you no harm. You're in the City of the Dead. This is the secret location for the teleportation circle here.
That's a good.
Are you here for business or leisure?
Business, of course.
Very well then. Is there anything I can help you with? Very well then. You have your own affairs sorted. I will see you out. And she takes you up this very cramped set of stone stairs. And the shield guardian lifts the lid of a sarcophagus. And you're inside a mausoleum. The area below you is lit, the area above you is not. You just see a 8-foot tall, rectangular shaped, squat building with a gate, small fence, and she says to you all, if you need to get in and out of the mausoleum, you must speak the command word, Myrna, aloud. Don't forget it, otherwise you won't be able to get back in. Myrna.
Myrna.
Yep. And yeah, in the mausoleum itself, there's just a small cot sort of concealed behind a stone wall. And the woman herself, she looks almost like she's undead herself. She's a pale wisp of a girl. And when you do say Myrna, the gate just magically opens and you step out into the City of the Dead, which is a park / graveyard in Waterdeep. And there are guards posted at the different entrances of the park, but there does not seem to be any presence of a patrol in the area. So you guys come out of the mausoleum and just sort of head onto one of these walkways, and it's a nice sunny day, a little bit cool, and you see a few people coming to pay their respects, putting flowers at some graves, a few people just having a picnic in the park, an early morning picnic, a few guards, members of the City Watch, patrolling around here and there. And you guys are in the City of Splendors. It's a massive city, it's sprawling, and that Cloud Castle is gone. The one that was here last time that sort of caused widespread panic.
Ask, you said there's City Watch.
Yeah, there are a few members of the Watch walking around.
I'm gonna ask one. Excuse me. Last time we were here, there was that cloud giant city in the sky. What?
Alright, this guy, he looks like a captain. He's actually not dressed like any of these guys. He wears like a heavy armor, and he does have some swords sheathed. The castle? Oh, that's gone. It went and took off. Apparently, the Cloud Giants met with Lady Laurel Silverhand, the Open Lord. They had some business, and they left. They did not cause any harm to the citizens of Waterdeep, if that's what you're worried about. They seemed to have no ill intentions.
Oh, it must be because of the powerful. Thank goodness.
Well, rest easy. Trust in the City Watch. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Maybe we should try to find a livery for the ride to Golden. You know of a livery stable?
A what?
Livery stable? Or there aren't any that rent horses.
You're looking for horses, huh? The North Gate. There's stables there. Where all the merchants gather before they head off on the high road. Looking for horses or
Golden
mounts.
Fields off the road to the.
Golden Fields? Ah yes, popular trade route. I'm sure you'll be able to find a caravan heading that way, but you guys look like you can handle yourselves. Maybe you should get some work as caravan guards, if you're into that sort of thing.
Thank you, good. Farewell. Do we want to leave to the North Gate anyway, even though it's to the northeast?
It's like, yeah, you'd go from the North Gate, Golden Fields. Let me take a look at this map. Yeah, you'd head from the North Gate, and then the high road sort of splits off into other. Got the high road. And you've got other smaller trade routes leading to Golden Fields. Let me see which road that is. It's the North Furrow. Ander knows this way very well. That's where he's like people live. North Furrow.
Lead on, Ander. What's the?
Yeah. The only way like north of Waterdeep is the North Gate. Otherwise, you're going like South Gate. There's not. Oh, there's the River Gate as well that just leads to like all the hamlets and all the farmsteads, Undercliff and all that. All right, so you guys are going straight away. All right, you go to the North Gate. You head through Waterdeep. Oh, you don't take the Shield Guardian with you. All right, get onto the high road and. Are you guys just walking up there? You can get like a dray, just like a public carriage, or how do you guys want to travel?
Mounts.
Well,
Dray is like a streetcar, right?
You're going to get the mounts, but this is just to travel through Waterdeep. It's like it's a big city. It's gonna take you guys.
Do they have Uber?
We'll just buy horses to get past to the other gates, and then we'll just.
Well, the horses are at the gates.
Oh, okay.
Or you could just walk if you want.
A few poppers for
It'll just-
So we just hit the high road over here and head straight north.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, if you guys walk, it'll be about 5 hours walking. Get through all the wagons. Yeah, it's a complete.
Let's get one of these.
It's like packed. Waterdeep's absolutely packed. You'll be squeezing past people. Trade's starting to pick up. You got to dodge wagons and congestion. Roads may be blocked.
Maybe we should probably get some way of going then.
There are several modes of
Sure, sure.
transport. The
Yeah.
most popular one is a dray. You just
Yeah.
like a
Let's do that.
mode of public transport. Basically, it's a carriage, it's multi-story. There is a circular metal staircase leading up to the top floor of it, and the walls of the lower floor are sheathed in glass, so you can look out. All right, you guys get on a dray. Cost you guys 2 copper pieces each. You just sort of put the copper piece in the box. There's like a little offer. You just sort of put it in the box, and then you go and find your seat. And the dray driver will just make some stops. All right, even on the dray, it still takes you guys 2 hours just to make it like halfway across the city. And like with car, it's like people are a little bit sort of concerned. They're like children, they're getting spooked, and commoners. And as you go to jump on the dray driver's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. What are you doing with that thing? Is that safe?
It is. It is my service animal.
I think
got
he's the
chil-
leader of our band here.
got
Hey,
children riding on this thing.
You probably won't.
She's very trained, sir.
Make a persuasion check.
The children are probably safer since they look like halflings.
You see, very safe.
I'm afraid I'm not gonna let that thing on the dray. Seems dangerous. You can get your own carriage or something, but it is not getting on this carriage.
Fine.
Alright,
So what can I
all
do?
aboard! And he just sort of ignores you. The dray gets moving and starts moving through the melee of wagons and whatnot. You guys could get a private carriage. It's a little bit more expensive, but basically it's just a single carriage led by 2 horses. And there you get your own personal driver. Usually you pay them for the whole day and they'll take you around wherever you want to go.
Sure.
It's very
Let's
Swedish.
take that one.
Alright, you guys step out into the North Ward. And it's a pretty stately part of Waterdeep. All the houses are quite fine. And all of the streets are well paved. All of the lanterns still contain their candles. And you just see lamplighters just basically putting out... They're still working on putting out all of the lanterns from the morning. And you see a couple of private carriages parked up against some streets. There are all manner of businesses around here as well. And there's even a temple of Ilmater nearby. And yeah, you just see this very well-dressed man. He's wearing a black suit. He has a top hat. And he carries a fine cane in his hand. And he nods. Sirs, looking to go somewhere?
Yes.
So North,
The North Gate.
Ah, North Gate. Is that all? I'm afraid my services are for an entire day, sirs. Are you sure you want to hire me for such a short trip?
what are you charging?
2 gold pieces,
Well,
my lords.
Total or per person?
He looks at you. Per person.
I don't believe it. Last time I was here, it was total.
Oh, you must have gone on a non-busy day. It's closing in on Shieldsmeet. The streets are packed. But I know the way through all of the side alleys. I can get you through the North Ward quite quickly. Listen, I'll cut you a special deal, sirs. There are 5 of you and a rather dangerous looking snake. So, 5 gold pieces for a lot of you. How does that sound?
Sure, that sounds like a deal. And I give him 5 gold.
Ah, thank you kindly, sirs. And then you guys all get in the carriage. It's a little bit squashed for the 5 of you, especially you, Rend. You're like, you can tell these seats are not made for like large men such as yourself. You're sort of hunched over, and there is just like a sort of 2 benches sitting across from one another, and then just like a curtained off sort of entrance on either side of the carriage. There's no tables or anything like that inside. And it takes you guys about 90 minutes. You travel through the North Ward, going past various establishments, and then he stops you guys at this gate here. Alright, there you are. We have arrived at our destinations. I'm afraid, well, I will not travel into the Field Ward.
Not.
You're not from around here, are you? The Field Ward, it's not a part of Waterdeep. It's not actually a ward, technically. It's outside of the city, and I don't travel outside the city.
Where's the nearest stable from here?
Ah, the North Yard. That is where all the merchants meet every morning. There are plenty of stable houses. If you're looking for horses, that is where you'll find them. Just mind you, watch your coin pouches. That is where the lowest of the low live. all of the common rabble, and I don't even want to think about what depredations happen in the field ward. I can smell the odor of it from here. Pungent. Anything else I can do for you, my lords?
Nothing for me. You guys?
Nope.
That seems like it'll be all.
Alright, and he gets out and just opens the curtain for you guys to step down. If you get the attention of like a heap of people standing around, like it's not often that people get out of a private carriage on the high road near the field ward. You see just residents going about their business. There's about 10 guards posted at some towers. They seem to, be checking people moving into the city, but they don't give two shits about anyone exiting. So you move past this gate, the north gate, towards the north yard, and as you head through the field ward, it's just squalor. There's shanty towns. There is no streets, no paved roads. It's all just mud, and there are like butchers and other like they're like smokehouses and stuff. I mean, they got nice food and that. There are some street vendors selling some nice smoked meats, but mostly you just see like beggars and squalor. You head on through and you come to the north yard. There's a more presence of the city watch here, although you don't see a single member of the city watch patrolling the field ward itself. And around here there are stable houses, there are merchant houses, and this is a place where people will gather before they head out to the high road to go on to this popular trade route. And you guys can buy some riding horses if you like. The riding horses are 75 GP each.
Each. How much is a donkey?
Donkey is 8 gold pieces.
I want a donkey.
All
It's
right.
gonna be my magical donkey of holding.
You get a donkey.
I do.
A mule, and yeah, they've got quite a few animals here, stables, and
Do they?
it doesn't come with
Do they
saddlebags
also-
or anything. Just a straight up mule.
Do they buy them back? What's their kind of rate for buying?
They'll
horses
buy
back?
horses after inspecting them to make sure that they're not derelict. And yeah, they'll depending on the horse, but a rough price is half the listed price, so 35 gold roughly.
It's like buying a car. You just lose as soon as you drive off the lot.
As soon as that mule steps out onto the road, it just
Yeah.
half its value lost.
Gone.
Well, we can. Do we have any way to magic them up to the price? Like polish them up before they.
Can we rent the horses instead?
Why are we starting this now? We buy mounts, and when
And
we're
they
done
disappear.
with them, we just fucking walk away. That's how we do it.
Have a cookout.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right,
Stone
so
kill someone.
saddlebags are 4 gold pieces as well, so you're gonna want some of them on your mule there, Ren.
All right. 4.
4 gold pieces, yeah, and that's all you really
Alright.
need.
Alright.
And you guys can, if you don't want to buy horses, you could like wait till the next day and then try and like join a caravan. Work as mercenaries, or like caravan guards, I should say.
Could do that and save some money.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
We're gonna
let's do that.
spend like 1,000 gold on horses, like every city that we travel to. Like we get to a city and buy a horse, then get to a teleporting circle, leave the horses behind, and go buy another horse in the other city.
Okay, so you guys just head off to the North Ward to go find an inn. You find an inn in the North Ward, and it's nearby, so you can get to the north yard quite early in the morning. For the lodging for the night, for 5 of you in the North Ward, it costs you guys 3 gold pieces. That includes food.
Sure.
Alright, you guys just go to this small inn, have your dinner, get a good night's sleep, come to the North Yard. In the morning, you see many other mercenaries lined up. Big group of merchants loading up wagons, getting ready to leave the North Yard, and it looks like people are just trying to sell themselves here to get on as caravan guards, and you guys will need to do the same. You see a heap of merchants here gathering. I'm looking for a guard. Golden Fields. I need a caravan guard to Golden Fields. I'm not giving hazard pay. People are like, there's giant activities, you should be paying double. Well, I'm not. And you guys can all make a persuasion check.
Perfect.
You guys can all make...
Giants is speciality.
Sure.
This is true.
So Ander, Rand, and Than make a persuasion check.
This should go pretty good.
Alright. You guys just go to the caravan. The merchants, they are dealing in different trades. And a lot of the trade is actually coming in, and like empty wagons are heading to Golden Fields, because Golden Fields is like a farming state, and people will go there with empty wagons, load them up, and come back to Waterdeep, sell the fresh fruit and vegetables. Rand, you try to like sell yourself as a guard, and despite your massive size, people are basically, you just like offend them. You're like, I don't know what you do, but you're like, as soon
I
as
have to pay them.
yeah, you're doing good, but then you start like playing an instrument. You're like, oh, I'll provide like musical entertainment, and they just like hold their ears. They're like, ah, just piss off. I'd rather get attacked by giants. And people just laugh like, you caravan guard. We're not going to get attacked by a bunch of gnomes. And you guys failed to secure any sort of position. But what is a popular thing that people do is like, if you can't get a position as a caravan guard, you'll just tag along with the caravan and like hope that one of the other guards die, so you can then like, you know, get a job on the road,
Wow.
and crank up the price. A lot of people do that.
Well, we do have a source of poison if we want to speed up the process.
Thomas, you're hired on as a captain. They think like you're some sort of mystical being with your clothes, and you like maybe spin them a tail. You're like from some distant land, and you've got like this innate like magical power, and you like make your beard of feathers, and they're thoroughly impressed by it. And you actually like
Some stories about giant flying machines and big orange.
you tell them all these crazy stories, and one gnome, a Lantanese wizard, who's actually got some goods from the Temple of Gond. He's heading up to Golden Fields to try and sell these strange inventions like irrigation, basically like self-watering watering cans or something like that. And I don't know what you told him, but he's going to hire you as a captain for 5 gold pieces per day. And Roderick and Than, you guys just get put on as simple mercenaries for 2 gold pieces per day.
Right.
Done.
There's about 25 wagons, and there's about 80 people traveling in this caravan. not everyone's going up to Golden Fields. They will sort of split, and some of them will continue up towards Neverwinter. Okay, so you guys get in with the caravan and head on over to Golden Fields. Go on over to the overland map. Right, you're going along the North Furrow. Caravan moves slowly. You'll go about 10 miles a day. You guys are going to be on the road for a bit. It's a 7-day journey to Golden Fields. Okay, you guys head with your guard retinue and your caravan. And after a couple of hours, the caravan splits and the numbers halve. So about 40 people go to Golden Fields, and the other 40 they start heading up to Neverwinter, traveling up the high road, which is sort of safe these days. And some people head up to like Red Larch as well. A few people split off, and then you guys stick with the Golden Fields group. During these 7 days, I'm not gonna like bog you guys down with a grossly detailed story of what's going to happen, but I'll just sort of narrate it for you guys instead. All right, on the first day when you're traveling, all right, you guys actually are attacked. And as you're all right, this encounter, we will play this one out. So you guys are traveling with some caravans, and being guards, you're staying near the front. Some people, they've got other guards staying near the back. You guys are staying near the front. And Thomas, you basically command 3 guards. And one of them is Roderick, and the other one is Than. So you're their boss. And excellent. It's basically broad daylight, and they're up there with you. And you've got one other guard. He looks like he's like a sellsword turned member of maybe the City Watch, who's looking for some extra work. And all of a sudden, some hill giants, 2 hill giants, just like run out of nowhere. They just hide near a grassy knoll, and they just like burst out of nowhere, and they just start like snatching shit, just grabbing carriages and trying to run off with them. And yeah, your employer just is like yelling at you guys like, stop them. And you look around, there are other guards. There are more hill giants as well. There's about a half a dozen of them. There are other guards defending different caravans and wagons, and then 2 of them are heading towards you guys. There's just a simple wagon that you guys are riding on, led by a couple of draft horses, and Rend and Ander, you guys are on foot. With Than, Thomas, and Roderick riding on the wagon with their employer. And we'll go on over to a map, and then we'll roll initiative. This is that Lantanese wizard female.
I think this is when I negotiate my contract.
And yeah, there's a lot more going on as well.
Sellswords for hire, 10 gold a day.
There is a lot more going on than to what you just see on this map. There's like a big trail of like another 10 wagons behind you guys. But these hill giants, they're not very well prepared. They just sort of run out with no real plan. Each one is about 9 foot tall. And sorry, they're taller than that. They're about 13 foot tall. and they're massive. You guys feel the ground shudder with every step. They must weigh like a ton each, and they oh, here's a good bit of artwork. There's Andrew
That's my
and all
cousin.
of his family.
Oh, my cousin.
Don't get under the loincloth, whatever.
Like they've literally just like they wear loincloths and they literally have just grabbed some fallen trees and they're wielding them like clubs, and very reckless. They just like knock over trees, knock over rocks, and just run at you guys. We'll roll initiative now.
Oh, damn.
And this hill giant just runs up and like not armored at all, and his loincloth is flapping about as he runs, and he just runs here and he just tries to grab onto the wagon, but he just sticks his finger into the spoke. The horses have barely stopped galloping, stopped like sort of moving, and like the wheels are still turning. Sticks his finger into the spoke, and like almost breaks his finger, and he sort of pulls it out and his finger is throbbing, and the horse is whinnying. The draft horses pull up, and that's what the hill giant does. Also
Sorry, I'm getting back in. Crashed on me.
that's all right. I got your mule there as well, Ren. Okay, you're up, Ren.
Alright, 1 second. Still loading here. Sorry.
All right. Around you, there is it's just like a road. It's a pretty well paved road. It's wide enough for many wagons to pass on by at the same time. There's a small river near you all, and this is like a brazen, broad daylight attack. Just smash and grab. They started off by throwing a few rocks as well to sort of startle some of the horses. And are you back in yet, Ren? Still loading. You there? Hello? Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yep.
Are you there, Ren? Maybe his computer crashed. I'll just give his turn for now. Car commands him to wait. Alright, I'm gonna give you guys a chance to try and calm these horses because they are freaking out. And the gnome is also gonna try and calm them. Alright. She just whoa! Whoa! Shh! It's alright. I am the horse whisperer. You guys don't even need to make a check. She calms the horses down to prevent them from just galloping off
Mistress.
wildly. Horse, what's that?
I said, well done, mistress.
Please. What are they after? They're huge. Save us. And
Okay. There's gonna move over here. Ka's gonna move over here. And I'm going to command Ka to bite the giant.
Alright, that hits. Car leaps forward, bites on to the hill giant, and he doesn't really get too hurt from the poison. And Car's teeth are just so tiny, it doesn't really hurt the giant too badly, but he like lets out this roar in giant. Whoa! Why you do that? Me just need to get lots of food!
Well, it's complicated. It's human society, you know. We cannot let you steal the food.
You speak giant?
And I do. I discovered one day.
We're just taking!
Well, yes. Just stay really. don't move for a second, all right?
You shut
And
it,
I cast
little
a-
gnome, or I stuff you in my bag too. Me got to get stuff for Chief, or Chief going to hurt us.
Yeah, there's the chief around, isn't there?
You stupid
What do
little
you guys-
gnome.
I'm not a gnome. So bonus action, Hunter's Mark, and I swing with the rapier.
That's a hit. Alright, you stab him straight in the foot, and he starts jumping up and down on one leg. Ah!
Just leave.
Me no eat leaves.
Gonna jump off the wagon. And then I'm gonna command them both to flee. Actually, are they within 30 feet?
Yeah. Alright. Tell them to flee.
Yep.
And they start to scratch their head. And they'll flee for one turn. They start looking around confused. Oh! Look! That way, maybe! What's happening? And this guy just starts to run in the opposite direction. And he runs 80 feet. Just smashing through trees like they're nothing. And he gets 55 feet to the east of this map. Alright, this woman, she just looks at you all. Gods, guard me, guard me. And dodges and tries to like hide. Thomas.
Alright, I'll cast a 3rd level lightning orbit. This guy with the hunter's mark on him. And I'll
Wild magic, wild magic, wild.
No, no.
Oh man, this is a great place for a fireball.
Roderick just wants it to happen here. Listen to him.
Not like this.
Fireball, fireball.
Thank God for type.
Damn. That's some.
Was it Tides of Chaos?
Yeah.
Alright. It just strikes the hill giant very, very hard. Creates a fiery wound on one of his chest's muscles, and it just, yeah, creates this bleeding wound, and he's sort of thrown back a little bit.
Of course, why wouldn't it be that?
And
Oh, God,
the hill
not this
giant, he starts to look a little bit hurt, and he's just like, the breath is taken away from him, and then you look down, Thomas, and the wagon is on fire. This is not the first wagon that has caught on fire, if I recall.
No, it's not. No, it's not. This is normal behavior.
Oh
Could have been
man.
worse. It could have been a big ball of fire.
Your employer is just sort of yelling, fire, fire, fire. As you're running along the ground, Thomas, you just like create this little blaze trail along the grass here.
And try to put up.
Alright, Rend, are you back yet?
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay, you can take your turn now. I just skipped you because you were like disconnected or something.
Yeah, it just kept crashing.
Yeah,
Alright, so
Just mind the fire that is in front of you.
so for my bonus action, I'll go ahead and rage, and then I can make it. Yeah. So move up
Oh.
here to him. Oh, I didn't see that until after I ran through.
No, there's no fire.
I don't know
Like
if
the road doesn't catch. The grass is just like designed to catch. Thomas is basically just gonna like create like a massive forest fire. That's all. Don't worry about it. Don't worry.
I'm gonna
Welcome
make
to Keller.
a reckless attack against this guy.
Yay. With the giant slayer. Alright, you hack into him and he's like not defended at all. He's not wearing any armor. And that hits.
All right. So let's see.
I've got the extra damage in there already, the 2d6. It's in the description. Little green writing there. I made it so it
Oh,
rolls
okay.
automatically. And then, yeah, you can just click your damage as normal. And I'll add on the extra 11. Alrighty, you just come in with the axe and you just like hack off the hill giant's foot. The hill giant looks down. Ah! He just screams at you, and this big wave of disgusting breath washes over you, and he just falls down onto the ground, and he just like is shaking and trembling, and he's like, ah, ah! He grabs onto the foot and it's like just starts to shove it in his bag. Ah, me give food to chief! You cut my foot!
Yeah, I'm gonna take my second attack now to shut him up.
And that's a hit. Did you want to kill him or knock him out?
Unless somebody stops me, I'm killing him.
Alright, roll damage. Just in case you don't quite finish the job. You do. You just... With this massive axe, you just cut its head clean off with a single sweep. Alright. Then.
I guess I'm putting out the fire. I'm gonna I just clean up after Thomas. Fucking teenagers.
What are you gonna use to put it out?
What can I use? Question. Like, can I douse it with? Is there any kind of like water of any kind?
I mean, you guys have water skins.
How much fire are we talking here? Can
It's
I?
like a
would I
little
be able
bit.
to put it out?
Yeah, you can empty your water skin onto it.
I'll empty my water skin if that's
Right,
enough.
It puts it out, yeah. I think the water skins hold like heaps of water too. They're like massive bladders. Like you just it costs your action to. Yeah.
Well, that's enough.
Good work, man. You've earned your pay for the day.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right, Rend, this other giant, he like got commanded to run away, so he's like 55 feet off the map. So he's like 115 feet away from you. 115 feet away from you. But actually, you know what? When he turns around and sees you cut off the other hill giant's head, he just keeps on running. So he runs away.
Yeah, that's right.
Good work, lad.
And he stomps off over towards the east. Good job. Where did that fire come from? I didn't see them have fire. That's the gnome.
Yeah, one of them must have been half fired.
Make a
Yeah, as you
deception
walk.
check, Thomas.
Your footsteps are creating fire on the grass.
Oh, you're on fire too. Wait a second. You're making the fire. You told me you would have a beard of feathers. You never told me you were going to catch things
Are
on
you-
fire.
You're safe. That's what you've hired us to do.
I'm
That
afraid
was to scare the close one
The
away.
giants are either dead or fled.
that is true, but I can't allow him on the wagon anymore. He's a risk.
That's okay. I'll take
It's
his
all right.
place.
I don't mind walking.
Oh, little one. What credentials do you have?
Well, my name is
Sorry,
Ander.
I'm not talking to you. Good
Ah.
girl. What credentials do you have?
She's
You're hired.
she goes on top of the
You
wagon.
can take your familiar with you as well.
Can command Ander to go on the wagon as well.
Alright. She fires Thomas and hires Ander.
Man,
Let's check if the giant had anything before move on.
Yes.
Well, actually,
Yeah, tell her, don't worry. I can still captain from the ground.
I'm the one giving orders here.
Alright, make
The giant.
Ander and Thomas make persuasion checks to try and win the position.
well, I'm just happy with sleeping in the
That
wagon.
is a good argument. You can captain from the ground. Listen, I'll let you sleep in the wagon, but I'm not paying you anything. You did do well, though. And
Fine.
you can... I'll allow your halfling companion as well to stay, too.
What?
Alright, Thomas, this entire, like, grassy patch here is just, like, blazing away. And you see other guards were killed during the assault, and the hill giant still made off with, like, 3 wagons. Like, literally, they just picked the whole wagon up, stuffed it underneath their arm, and then ran off to the east.
I bet you guys could find work for... Looks like some openings came up.
Yeah, you guys, Rend and Ander, if you guys wanted, you could attempt to get hired on with one of the other caravans if you like. You have to make another persuasion check each. Go over there and start talking to them.
I'll
And
try to get.
You have advantage because now you guys are already on the road. It's been like your whole day from Waterdeep, so. But you're still trying to fight with other similar positioned mercenaries. Alright, Rend, you're hired on as a captain for 5 gold per day, and Ander, you're basically oh sorry, Car, you're hired as well, and Ander's allowed to tag along. 2 gold piece a day is just a general guard.
Okay.
Shall we continue on then? You guys want to
Shall.
I'll walk
keep
out
on
front.
going? Alright, you guys continue on, and the gnomish lady sort of says, that was so brazen of them, snatching up wagons. From what I could tell, though, they didn't really want to hurt anyone. Just unfortunate souls that got in the way. Where do you think they're taking all that stuff? The hogs?
They mentioned that they're taking it to their leader.
Oh, I wish someone would do something about that. These attacks are becoming more common. I bet if their leader was dead, well, they'd be too dumb to think up any other plans.
That's true. Call them if we weren't protecting you.
Well, I'm sure someone
But
will
you're
do
too
something about it. And you wanted to search the bag, Roderick?
Yeah.
Alright, you find an empty wooden barrel.
Nice.
But that's not all. It's not empty. It's not as empty as you thought. You thought it was empty. Then you find, stuck to the side of it, a moldy, stinky wheel of cheese.
Awesome.
Do I think that purify food and drink would be able to fix that?
Yeah. You turn it into a nice blue cheese.
Yeah, I'll keep it for. I'll prepare that tomorrow and
Okay.
cast it because I noticed.
You see Roderick scrape off this wheel of cheese and just put it in his pocket.
We'll save that for later.
How many days in? How close are we to Golden Fields now?
This is only 1 day, like 7 days away. 6 days away now.
Uh-oh.
A 7-day
So-
journey.
If you're not going to do anything with the barrel, like bring it and fill it with water at the next stream we have in case you catch on.
Yeah, we could put it. We could fill it with water and then put it on the wagon and put Thomas in the wagon, right in the barrel in the wagon. Because we're by the river. Oh, that map we were on just had a river next to it, so.
Alright, you guys can all like rest again. I mean, you're not expecting this to be a terribly dangerous journey. And you continue up the North Furrow, and you on the second day you pass some wagons laden with food making their way south, and they are under very heavy guard. And yeah, you can't imagine much a few hill giants are going to give this guy much trouble. Each one are dressed in heavy armor, And there are even some griffins with flying cavalry circling overhead. They're all dressed in plate mail. They have these cornucopia symbols, the symbol of Goldenfield on their livery. And the reason why the guard is so much is because the trade is so important. This is where all the food, all the fresh food comes down to Waterdeep. And it's particularly heavy at the moment as well. There's dozens of human and halfling cottages and farmsteads on both sides of the trail. And on the second day, that's all that happens. Just past that other caravan guard, they tell you the way has been clear as they've made their way from Golden Fields. And you continue again on the road, and you pass another group of travelers on the next day. These ones, however, are refugees. They tell you that a group of hill giants came in. They're a group of halflings, and the halflings that live in these like underground burrows, and the hill giants are just like digging them out. And like a couple of halflings got crushed by the hill giant's massive hands, and like one of them say that they saw the hill giant reach into this hole and like bring out like a crushed halfling and just throw it into his sack. But another halfling says, I swear I saw my cousin get taken. He was still alive. He was still moving, but I couldn't do nothing about it. Roderick, his name is. Roderick Hilltopple.
Did you see which way he was taken?
They run off into the hills. To the east.
Giants were in.
Can I check for traps to
Finding
the
that hard
east
to
to
believe.
see if they match his story?
Yeah, make a survival check. This is like up the road a little bit, so you do this like a couple of hours later when he points out the location.
Okay.
But they're headed away, just like refugees. They're like headed to Waterdeep or something, to Undercliff. And you even like know a couple of the families that are here, Ander.
Yeah.
And they like start to surround you. Oh, Giant Slayer! Giant Slayer, will you do something?
Yes.
We've
Yes.
got nothing.
What? I have killed a lot of giants. Just not very close to this area. Don't ask me why.
You killed them all good and stuff, but they kept on coming. Do something, Giant Slayer.
Fine, my people. I shall rid you of this problem.
Oh, you're the best.
Which direction did they go to?
My more is blessing to you. To the east.
Okay.
Hilltopple Farms, a few miles up the road there. That's when they dug us all out. And me cousin Roderick Hilltopple, he was taken, snatched up. We're just shepherds. That's all we
Roderick?
are. Yes.
Roderick Hilltopple.
Yes.
Say.
Roderick Hilltopple.
I mutter under my breath. Oh, good riddance. But sure, I'll help you. And I'm gonna look for tracks as well. And giants are my favorite enemy.
All right. So, yeah, the refugees pass you guys. You pass them. You continue up on your way to Golden Fields, and a couple of hours later, you find the halfling settlement. It's completely destroyed. They're just big mounds of dirt piled up and crushed cottages, and there are like some neatly sort of tended farms, like rows of carrots and potatoes. And it looks like the hill giants just ripped them straight from the ground, and it's just absolute destruction. And you can make a survival check too, and but it's very, very easy to find hill giant tracks. They're so big, and the ground here is soft, so that you just find these massive footprints. Then you pick them up easily, and you can have advantage. All right.
Yeah.
So Than, you can find the footprints, but you can't determine exact numbers. But you can determine that they were 4 hill giants, and their tracks lead off to the east.
I think we're gonna follow them.
Okay.
I'm gonna bail on the caravan guard. Are we technically casual employees? Do we only need a 2-hour notice before?
You get
think
paid
they
when
pay
you
us
get
by
to
the day.
Golden Fields. You have to survive first. Alright, they head east straight to the Desserin River, which is a river that goes from Waterdeep up to Yatar. So you're expecting to probably lose the tracks on one side of the river, and then you have to pick them up again on the other side of the river. Or maybe their base of operations is on the river or close to the river.
Okay, I think the main goal here is to get rid of giants anyway. Isn't that what we're going to Goldenfield?
We were going to
yeah.
go
No.
for you to deliver a message.
Not at all.
That's what
Not at
Thomas
all.
told everyone. But he's just going
Not
there
at
to like say someone died, basically.
Really?
Yeah.
We have a
Well,
very
I-
important message to deliver.
Well,
I owe Trell.
Well, we
I
can leave Thomas to do that, and we can go and save the world by ourselves.
Or
Thomas-
we go to Golden Field, and then on the way back, we take the river down
This is
and
true.
build giant tracks.
This is true. This is thinking outside
And
the
the
box.
teleportation circle.
Because I can see where this is going. This is going a detour away from Golden Field. And
Yeah,
Have you guys noticed every time we make a plan, we
gonna
always
end
end
up
up in a different city?
we're going to end up in Neverwinter or somewhere tomorrow.
I think we should follow the tracks.
Shit.
This is what happens to me in Skyrim.
I say
Let's take a group vote to pursue the Hill Giant tracks or to head to Golden Fields. Golden
Yeah.
Fields or Hill Giants. Oh,
I
it's-
command.
ah,
Alright. And Car gets a vote too, so you're outnumbered. Alright. So you guys just forfeit your pay and you leave the caravan. Quite sadly. But you've got world saving to do. Alright, you head off the North Furrow and there are no more settlements now, it's just grassy hill lands. And you're on foot. You travel for the rest of the day, following the tracks. And you get to the Desserin River. Night has fallen, and it's dark. The Desserin River is a pretty far-flowing river. There are ferries that go along the river as well, go up and down the river. And you could probably, like, if you needed to, get a riverboat, like, up the Desserin River from here. You'd maybe have to do a bit of persuading though. But basically, the tracks, they go straight into the river. And you guys can like get across the river easily enough. You find like a quite a shallow part of the river. So you get across, and you're actually pretty close to Nightstone now. You're actually here next to the Ardeep Forest. And you guys all take a long rest. And someone can make a survival check to find a safe place to rest here. You'll just use some trees for cover. You'll do a watch and whatnot. Make sure there's not going to be any trouble in the night.
Is it the forest?
It's not
I'll guide
forest.
it
You're on the
myself.
riverbank. You're on the bank
Is
of
it
the Desert.
mountains?
It's grassy. Grassy hills.
Is it?
Is it a city? No. It
Yeah.
is hills / grassland.
With a forest
Good
on
with
top,
concrete.
right?
It's a mountain forest.
Yeah.
All right, you guys are set upon during the night by a group of 9. A group of 9. You guys get surrounded. They're so silent. guys don't even hear them approach. What do you do? No, I'm joking.
What are they?
9 what?
You
Halflings?
don't even know. Just answer me. What do you do? No, I'm joking. They're elves. They're wood elves from the Ardeep Forest.
Ah, perfect.
And I think, like, is it Roderick that knows them?
Uh,
I think someone was from the Ardeep Forest.
no, I was from further. It was Oral Bar. Could be Lily.
Maybe it was.
Technically, I'm from Goldenfield, but because I'm a ranger, I live on the outskirts of the area.
Yeah, you may know.
We went to
The elves are pretty.
to the caves.
Yeah, you guys had met some of the elves of the Ardeep Forest because you saved like Nightstone. Not that the elves really
Right.
cared too much about that. But yeah, they just surround you guys. Like whoever's on watch, they just approach. They blend in with the environment, and yeah, they were just just wanting to know like who you guys are. And you recognize the leader of this group. She is the same wood elf that saved you guys, or helped you guys when the orcs attacked.
Oh yes.
The
Oh, right. The elves that came to the rescue.
yeah,
Yeah.
Ah.
the 8
Yeah, yeah,
elves. So yeah, the wood elf is named Rond Arrowhome, and she just reminds you of Zindra. Actually, she looks very similar. And it's just because you guys are racist, pretty much. No, she looks similar. Just reminds you the way she looks. She's a wood elf as well. And yeah, Ron just sort of says, "What are you doing camping here?" And like maybe you guys have woken up a little bit. I recognize
Hunting
you all.
giant.
You're following the giant.
Ah,
Tracking down the giants. Yep.
yes, the giants. They have not come to the Ardeep Forest. They have travelled north from the Ardeep Forest. If you are looking to follow them, then we can guide you.
We'd be
Please.
grateful.
That'd be good. Just you remind me of someone. I'd like it if you just be careful around vultures.
They give you a strange look. You fought well against the orcs. We have no special thoughts for the people of Nightstone. They have always hunted the wildlife in the Ardeep Forest. And although we don't really thank you for protecting Nightstone, we do thank you for killing the orcs. There is no fouler creatures in this world than orcs. And I have not forgotten that. Yes, you are welcome for our help. No need to thank us so suddenly. We will take
do
you
appreciate it very
through the Ardeep Forest. We'll serve as your guides, and we'll take you north towards Golden Fields. That is the direction they traveled.
And it's music.
Sounds good.
We'll guard you while you sleep. Alright, traveling with this group of elves now. You guys get across the river, and you don't have a single encounter while you're with the elves. They guide you through the Ardeep Forest. They don't take you to like their settlements or everything, but they forage for you guys, and each night they guard you all as you sleep. They forage berries. They take you to the Ardeep Forest, and then when you guys get to the outskirts of the forest, they just leave you guys and disappear into the woods.
Yep. I'm just gonna make sure my cheese is good now.
Alright, let me just.
Yeah.
The cheese is
Yeah.
it's nice. It's actually like gone up in value.
Nice.
And are there giant tracks where
Alright, yeah, the elves, they track the giants for you all, and then they'll point out like tracks as well. Like they get you back on the trail of the giant tracks and you don't need to make any survival check because they point them out. They know they're like avid scouts, just like Zindra is.
Okay.
And
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
all right, so it's going to be a 2-day journey to Golden Fields now on foot. Basically, you're like the trail just leads up to Golden Fields.
Beautiful. That's great.
Oh, and this
blue.
gold is all messed up.
35 gold.
All right, just 2 more days traveling on the grasslands. The first day, you guys come across some. All right, you see this in the distance as you're traveling up near this hilly region. There is a single hill giant, and he's got this big sack. And you notice a few hundred feet away, a couple of ogres and a couple of bugbears. You can't find out their exact number, but they're sort of obscured along the hill line. The giant is so unaware of his surroundings that you're able to, even though you're not intentionally trying to like stealth, because you're just sort of making a travel across these open fields, you're able to sort of stop. You see him much quicker than he sees you, and he's just looking around. You just see like it looks like a ruin of some old ancient settlement, maybe like a Netherese settlement. Just picking up rocks, looking at them, putting the rocks in his mouth, putting the rocks back down. And he's like grabbing a tree branch, tasting the tree branch, scratches his butt, then he scratches his butt with the tree branch, and then he puts the tree branch back in his mouth. And he scratches his head, and then he's just like, yeah, just starts digging in the ground.
He's one of the smarter ones.
Pretty much looks like he's just like anything remotely edible, he's just putting in this big sack. But he doesn't look like he's making much progress. So he's alone as well. The ogres and the bugbears are like a few hundred feet up to the north. What do you guys want to do? You could ambush him or try and move past him.
Check him
Do
out.
we think he's friends with the ogres and bugbears?
Yeah, he'd have to be.
Collecting food.
We can't like sick him on them. Like,
Yeah, usually like hill giants, they'll have a couple of, lower goblinoids as guards. Goblins or bugbears or ogres, something like that.
Do we interrogate him to find out where the leader is?
we could. There's a chance that he doesn't really have best sense of direction, though. I mean, Golden Fields is to the north now, so that's one thing. Maybe we could try to subdue him. If you like,
Chop
I
his
can.
foot off. And he won't win
Yeah.
anyway.
Can do a pass without trace to help sneak up on him. Try that.
It wouldn't be very hard to sneak up on him. With pass without trace, it'll be impossible not to sneak up on him. But we'll wrap it up here for tonight.
Sure.
Awesome.
All right.
All right, guys.
Just want to say thank you for letting us go to Golden.
You'll never get there.
I know it's just because you didn't want me to. You wanted me to shut up about it already.
You're like 1 day away, but you'll never get there. You'll be like tomorrow. You'll be like, all right, now in like Eberron or some shit. You'll be like,
Yeah, we're teleported.
you'll be like in a different campaign setting tomorrow, next session.
I remember like how at the beginning of the campaign, the people from Golden Field told me to kill the hill giants, and it has been like 3 months. I've been traveling around all over the place.
Have a good week.
All right, guys.
Alrighty, guys. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
And
Thank you.
Sean, thanks very much for joining. I hope you had fun. And if you got any questions about anything, message me anytime.
All right, thanks. No, I had a great time.
Welcome, Sean.
So, look forward to next week.
All right, bye.
See you guys then.
Catch you next time.
Bye bye.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Later.